Hello, online class. This is Miss Gonzalez, your teacher. And I wanted to make a video for you because some of you are probably kind of wondering what's going on. Some things have probably changed on aplia. And if you noticed, you can't see all the assignments like you could last week. Last week was kind of a sneak peek of the course outline and how each week looks. So I had week 1 open so that you could see what the first week of assignments would look like, and what each week would look like, because each week will be consistent like that. But if you'll notice, they are now closed because we take a week to complete each assignments. And the first week, which was last week of our class, all that was really due was the aplia quiz, and that was getting to know aplia, how to do things in aplia and things like that. And now this week, all of our assignments that correspond with chapter 1 are due on Sunday. Everything is always due on Sunday at 11:45, everything. So regardless of when it opens and when it's available to you, it's due at 11:45 on Sunday if it's in that week. So every assignment that's contained in this week's of work that's associated with chapter 1 is due this Sunday at 11:45. And as long as it's done by this Sunday at 11:45, it's not late. Now, everything won't open at the same time. You won't be able to see everything and work on everything simultaneously. It's not really self-paced. And I've done that by design. The first thing that opens is the reading. So right now, all you can see is chapter 1. That's all that's available to you. You can click on it and you can read chapter 1. And you might not have finished chapter 1, and that's fine. You're not expected to finish chapter 1 because technically chapter 1 is this week. And if you haven't finished chapter 1, then you definitely shouldn't be looking for assignments to do in chapter 1 because you haven't finished the reading in chapter 1. Now, I have assignments open at different times for a reason, because the reading associated with those assignments has to be done first. So perhaps you're going to read, the first part of chapter 1, the first quarter of it, the first half of it, and then you might go ahead and do journal 1 and 2. Well, those are the first things that open anyway, journal 1 and 2, and then journal 3 will open. Journal 1 and 2 will usually open on Tuesday, and chapter 1's reading is open on Monday, and then journal 3 will open on Wednesday. The aplia set of problems will probably open on Wednesday. Quick writes will open maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. Discussion board, the same thing. The test will always be the last thing to open because you cannot complete the test until you've done all of the reading, until you've read the entire chapter and you've done all the work associated with the chapter. So you've gotten all the practice that you can possibly get. You've talked about the chapter, you've troubleshooted it, you've done everything you can with the chapter. Then you should attempt the test. So logically, it's the last thing to open, and it will open 3 days before the due date, which is 11:45 on Sunday. So you have some window of a time to take it as well. But everything, regardless of when it opens, is due at 11:45 on Sunday. So even if you don't do journal 1 on Tuesday, when it opens, it's still due at 11:45 on Sunday. You don't have to do it when it opens on Tuesday. I would, because it's open and other stuff's going to open. And you don't have anything else to do because you can't do anything else because nothing else is open. But it's due at 11:45 on Sunday. The test is not going to open until Friday. But it's still due at 11:45 on Sunday, even though the journal is also due at 11:45 on Sunday and it opened on Tuesday. You can't attempt the test unless you've read the entire chapter. So it's not going to open until Friday, until 3 days before it's due, or 2 days before it's due. So don't look for the test or freak out because you can't find it and you're ready to take it. If you've already read ahead and you finished the entire book, great, kudos to you. That's awesome. But things open. They're paced to open, and it paces you so that you can do quality work in a certain amount of time, so that's not rushed, because I will be grading the things you do, so your discussion board participation, the quality of your responses, the quality of your answers, things like that. So I don't want you to rush, and when things open this way, you shouldn't rush, because you can only work on Journal 1 on Tuesday because absolutely nothing else is open. So it's all you have to be doing. You can only work on the test on Friday. You should have everything else done because it's been open and nothing else was open. So you should be focusing on that. So it should help you. It may be frustrating because you may be one of the people who wants to skip ahead or go back. But it should pace you, and once you're working on the test, everything else should be done, and you should be very ready and prepared to take the test, and all the work you should be doing should be very quality. So I wanted to send that out because your course outline will have changed. You won't be able to see anything as of today, and tomorrow you'll be able to see some assignments because things will start opening, and as the week progresses you'll be able to see things. And I just want you to know in your head, because a lot of people are freaking out about due dates and things like that, everything for the week you're in is always due on Sunday at 11:45. It just makes it easier for everyone. Everything for the week you're in, regardless if it's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, is always due at 11:45 on Sunday. So right now we're in week 2, but week 2 is dealing with chapter 1. And everything for this week will be due at 11:45 this Sunday, regardless of when it opened. It will be due at 11:45 on Sunday. Now, the Wise Choice process and the career project, you will see it in your course outline, and it will tell you when you should start working on it. If you want to work ahead, that's fine as well on those things. But they have due dates, and you'll see them in the course outline on Aplia. But if you're stumped by the fact that these assignments open at certain times, and you want to work ahead on something, then you can feel free to work ahead on those things since those instructions and things are there. But that's the way Aplia is working. Don't freak out. You're not getting zeros on things. Everything's due Sunday at 11:45. If you can't click on it, it's because it's not open. It's not time for it to open. Once the weeks progress, you'll get into the rhythm of what days certain things usually open on. But I can tell you the test will always be the last thing to open, and the reading will always be the first thing to open, and it will always be open on Monday. Another update, another helpful thing, if you ever have trouble with Aplia, clicking on something, you can't see something, call the help desk immediately, and then you might want to send me a follow-up email as well. But they're the people who can help you the most. And then if you send me a follow-up email too, if it's something I can help you with, I'll email you too. But we should put them in the loop first, because we want to go ahead and get them started if it's something that they can do. It looks like, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. If it's something that a lot of people email me, I'll make another video, or I'll just email you back. I hope you all are having a great Labor Day. I hope you're getting into chapter 1, and I look forward to talking to you soon.